Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Delicious Goods. Today, we are going to be doing something a little bit different from what I had planned. If you remember from the earlier cooking video this week, I said that today, Friday, we will be making hot chocolate and having story time. Well, those plans are changing. Today, we are going to compare. Um, we are going to compare. Uh, pecan pie, pecan pie, whatever you want to call it. So, little backstory behind this: I have a coworker friend at work who really likes pecan, whatever you want to call it, pie. I'm going to say both, so I'm sorry if it annoys you. Um, yeah, she said that she really likes the pecan pie, and I'm like, well, why don't I make you one? So I was doing a little bit of research, and I realized that a lot of, I guess, traditional pecan pie uses this, which is corn syrup. And if you actually look on the back of it, there's the recipe right there for the pecan pie. So the ingredients are 1 cup of corn syrup, 3 eggs, a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter melted, and a teaspoon of vanilla with 1.5 cups of pecans. So I'm like, okay, let me see, because I always thought that corn syrup was just another like flavor sweetener enhancer, but I'm not sure. So I looked up another recipe without corn syrup, and it calls for brown sugar. So we were talking yesterday, and I said, you know what? I really want to do this experiment with how different it tastes with brown sugar or with corn syrup. So that's what we're doing today. This takes about we're gonna takes about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes to bake. Um, with the corn syrup, it takes that long, but with the brown sugar, you can actually turn up the temperature to 375 and cook it for 40 minutes. I decided that we're going to cook at 350 for 60 to 70 minutes. I feel like that at least gives it both um, a generous amount to cook and whatnot. So we have to let this pie cool for 2 hours. Um, um, okay. Okay. So we're gonna get started. Um, well, I have need this. So a cup of light corn syrup. So we're just gonna. We have 3 eggs. And both recipes actually call for a little bit different ingredients. The brown sugar one actually calls for a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of flour. Okay, so 1 cup. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I have never used corn syrup. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to. It's not in here. Is it? Oops. In the dishwasher. No. Well, I guess we'll just use this. That's fine. Okay, so just want to make sure this is an actual cup. Yeah, so I don't know. Use this. Sorry, I'm trying to smell it. Okay, so we're not at a cup yet. Okay, there we go. Don't worry, I'm going to turn my camera in a moment. Okay. Don't taste it. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to turn, anchor down. Okay, so that's like half the bottle. Okay, so then we're going to dump the corn syrup in. Trying to get all that delicious corn syrup. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, that looks good. I have to stir it with that, so. Alright, where's the cap? I don't want to spill anything. Okay, 3 eggs, a cup of sugar. I need 2 tablespoons of butter melted and vanilla extract. So I'm going to add in sugar. And then I'm going to do, oh, remember the rule. Always crack your eggs in a different bowl. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And I'll be needing that again because we're making another one. Okay, that's just the water. Alright, let me go grab the butter. We can melt that. It says 2 tablespoons. I also need a stick. So I need, for the other one, the brown sugar, I need a stick of melted butter. This one, I only need 2 tablespoons. So we're just gonna take our knife and go 1 tablespoon, 2, and cut. And then go ahead and get this melted. Okay. Get that melted. I can put this back. I'm not going to mix it yet until I grab the, put the butter in there. And then it says 1.5 cups of pecans. So I have pecan halves. Okay. I know you can use chopped pecans and whatever else they have. But truthfully, this was the cheapest one. So, or maybe there was one. I think no, there was one. The chopped ones were cheaper, but it actually called for these. I feel like that is not enough. I've never tried one before. These aren't. These aren't that bad. They're very squishy. Like, well, I guess not. When you bite into them, they're squishy. They almost taste like. They actually taste really good. I didn't expect to like these, to be honest with you. what was I gonna say? They taste like something I ate before. I will say that. Oh, I'm all sticky because of the corn syrup. I have my coffee here in replace of hot chocolate. I still might make hot chocolate. I'll see if I can find a different recipe that I have all the ingredients to. That way, it doesn't take 3 hours. It only takes 15 minutes. It tastes okay. They do taste pretty good. They taste like something I've ate before. I can't put my finger on it. Okay. So, stir the first 5 ingredients thoroughly using a spoon. Mix in pecans, pour into pie crust, and then bake on center rack of oven for 60 to 70 minutes. Cool for 2 hours. Store in pie in refrigerator. Okay. So what I'm going to do is when this is done baking, I'm actually going to probably stop the video. That should be good. Okay, let's gonna go ahead and let the butter cool down for a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video, and then once they're ready, I will probably start it up again. So I found a recipe on Pinterest, right? Okay, and this is pretty much the exact same. Well, does it say? Whatever. It says coarsely chopped pecans. I guess I could do that while we're waiting. Well, that recipe says, but this recipe just says pecans, so I'm not gonna worry about it. The other recipe, though, oh, we need vanilla. Teaspoon of vanilla. How did I forget that? Right, teaspoon of vanilla. Yeah. Gonna add the vanilla in. There we go. But for the other recipe, I'll read it to you. That way we kind of understand what's happening. So a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of white sugar. So that's already different. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, that's already different because we're using a half a cup. A half a cup or a stick of butter that's melted, 2 eggs, a tablespoon of flour, a tablespoon of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then just a cup of pecans, and then the baking dish. So we'll go ahead and add our butter. Okay. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and get the other butter melted. And kind of let that cool and whatnot. And then we'll... Okay. So then we're just going to stir this up. Until it's thoroughly combined, they said. So when everything kind of looks good. Nice, good, clean mixture. You could... Actually, this is kind of hard to mix because the... Just want to scrape the sides. Can you guys see that? Okay. I'm gonna give it a minute or two. Oops. It's very, very hard to mix, to be honest with you. We just have to mix it thoroughly, right? Thoroughly using a spoon. Well, you know what? Let's see if a spoon does anything. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this down. See if a spoon. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, and then I'm gonna add, and then what does it say? Add mixed pecans and then pour into the pie crust. So I'm gonna pour these in. Okay, and go ahead and get a mix in. Okay, and then we're gonna pour it into the pie crust. Try to get as much as I can. Okay, so that is one pie done, and I'm actually going to put it on. Are they both even going to fit? I'm going to put it on a baking sheet. And then hopefully, oh yeah, they will. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this bowl. Just put it over here. Wash my hands. And then we're going to make the next set of... We're going to make the next set of pecans. Okay, so a cup, preheat, whisk eggs in a large bowl. So let's go ahead and do that first. So we're going to crack and crack. Okay, put those in. Get a whisk. Whisk it up. Alright, you guys probably can't see that. Okay, there you go. Add melted butter and mix until combined. Butter's not... I mean, it's melting, not fully melted though. Okay, we need a cup of... So we need a half a cup. I'm going to wash this out real fast. Half a cup of white sugar. A cup of brown sugar. So, okay. So half a cup of white sugar. There we go. Okay. Cup of it just says brown sugar, so it doesn't really specify light or dark. As of right now, I'm going to use light brown sugar. And we're just going to go ahead and pack. I'm going to pack this out. Oh, okay. Should be good. Yeah. Okay. Got that. Let me just clear all this off. Okay, then what do we have to do next? Add melted butter, mix until combined. Add sugar, flour, and mix until combined. Add milk. Add milk and vanilla and pecans and mix until combined. Mix until combined. Mix until combined. I'm going to grab flour. And I'll grab milk. Come on, butter. Alright. Milk is going to be on my seat. Coffee is cold. I'm thinking a little bit more. And then before I put them in the oven, I will show you what both of them look like, so we can compare. As of right now, the left one is going to be the one with the corn syrup. The right one will be the one with the brown sugar. And then, like I said, we gotta let this sit for 2 hours. And I'm gonna let both of them sit for 2 hours to cool. And then we store them in the refrigerator. But I'm actually giving this to the girl at work. I'm gonna try a piece to test it out, but then everything goes to her. So, okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now melted butter. I'm gonna let this cool off for a moment. Let's go see what. Okay. Mix until combined. Add brown sugar and white sugar, flour. So we need a tablespoon, right? A tablespoon of flour with a tablespoon of milk. So we'll just, there's our tablespoon of flour. Unclutter. I was gonna say unclog. Unclutter our area. We don't need the sugar anymore. We got that. Okay. Okay, we're letting that rest a moment. Tablespoon of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So once we add the butter in, we mix until combined. Add sugars, flour, mix until combined. Add milk and vanilla, and pecans. And it's a cup of pecans. Guess I only needed 1 bag. I bought 2 of these. These, very expensive. I guess every nut is, right? That cost $10 for a 1-pound bag. $10. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and whisk, butter in, whisk until combined. All right. Add brown sugar, white sugar, and flour. And we are gonna mix this until combined. Okay, so this actually looks decent. I'll show you in a minute. Just wanna. Here. Look at that. So it almost has that almost the same texture as the corn syrup. Okay. And then what do we add in? Then we're add milk. So we're going to add a tablespoon of milk. Tablespoon. Put the milk away. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. Right? Teaspoon. And then, well, what is it? A cup of pecan halves. So then we do that. Mix this. Then mix until combined. Okay. Okay, mix until combined. Pour pre-can into a pie crust. So we're gonna pour this. Can you guys see? I'm gonna pour this into a spoon. Just use this. So I will say that the brown sugar mixture looks more caramely than the other one. So then we're going to compare. Okay. So this is what they look like. This is the brown sugar one. This is the one with the corn syrup. And we can tell because there's a lot more pecans in this one than there is in that one. But as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see this very clearly. There's definitely more liquid or more of the mixture in this one than there is in that one. This looks more, I would say, like a caramel color, while this one kind of looks almost see-through, I would say. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pop these in the oven for 70 minutes. So until 10:45. That's a long time. Okay, we're just going to put those right there. Let those cook. Timer. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Hour and 10 minutes. So, that is it for, oh no. Okay. That is it for the pecans. I don't want to get my laptop dirty. So yeah, that is it for the pecan pie as of now. Everything, I'm gonna see what happens. This is tilted. I'm trying to think. Actually, you know what? Let me see real fast. Cookies. Slow cooker hot chocolate. Not what I want. So let's go to Pinterest. Let's do hot chocolate recipe. All right. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Hot chocolate recipe, not hot chicken. All right, homemade hot chocolate mix. Okay, what's the mix? Let's see what the mix is. Sorry, can't see my face. Cup of confectioner sugars, half a cup of cocoa powder, teaspoon of salt, and fourth. Oh, that's actually pretty easy. Should we try this? I have everything. So it's a cup of confectioner's sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. Should we try it? Um, I don't know. Maybe we'll try that later. As of now, oops, I'm drinking coffee. It's only 9:30 though. Jeez. Um, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Um, I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So this is gonna be part one. Actually, no. So I'm gonna do part one. This is part one. Part two is where we're gonna taste test it. Within part two, um, I am going to um, make hot chocolate with just to kill some time. So I will be back. Let's see. So they don't get done until 10:45, right? So 2 hours would be almost 1. So I will be back around 1 o'clock. Well, I'll be recording again around 1 o'clock to do the taste testing and then to make hot chocolate. So look out for part two. Part two will be coming probably in the evening around 4 or 5 o'clock today. But this video will go up pretty much right after I'm done recording it. And yeah. So, thank you all for stopping by on this 2-part video. At least we now know how to make pecan pie and kind of get a feel of what each pie looks like. And yeah, so thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to be the best you can be, and I will see you all in part 2. Bye!